Hey Crafty Peeps, are you ready for some fall DIYs? Well, let's get into it. Okay, we're going to make a garland with these supplies. You do see a ribbon there because I thought I was going to use ribbon, but I didn't. So I'm just taking these wood rounds here. I got them off Amazon. I will link them below. And then I'm taking copper paint by Waverly and I'm just going to paint a circle. Now, there's kind of like a, wood grain there, so it makes it pretty easy to do a circle. But then again, they don't have to be perfect. They're going to be just fine if they're a little off. I found that it was pretty easy. And I do believe I did 2 coats on that because you can kind of see off to the side there, they're a little light. And so I went ahead and darkened those up.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter.
Now using these little like cupcake skewers or whatever you want to use them. They're so cute. Anyhow, they had the cutest little brown acorns on them. So I just cut those off with my wire cutters. And then I'm just going to glue those right down into the center of these wood slices. They had, I want to say, pumpkins too, and then they also have Halloween ones, a bunch of them. So I really love this new thing that they have because they make the cutest little wood accents. So I'm excited to see what they come out with for Christmas. Again, I'm just going to glue those down. I love that Dollar Tree is carrying wood beads now. Now this one was from their nautical line this summer, but I did see them just plain now, and I knew I was going to pick it apart anyway. So I'm just going to take off as many of these as I need. I'm not even going to paint them or anything. I do love just the plain wood. And then those long dark beads are also from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to string these all along, and this is how it turned out. I love the neutral look of it, and I think it really accented my fall decor. This is one of the thick wood leaves they have this year at Dollar Tree. I just flipped it over and painted it with an ivory chalk paint, and then also this Welcome Fall also from Dollar Tree, and I painted that with the copper paint from Waverly. Saved you from watching me paint. Super easy DIY, but I think it looks really high end. So I'm just going to glue that Welcome Fall down. I'm going to use my precision tip glue from Barely Art. I love this glue. It's great because when you have these little tiny things you want to put glue on, and it's a really good glue too. So again, I'll link that down below. Then I just decide I've got that little bit of twine off to the side. Now, Dollar Tree carries that baker's twine. This is just something I had in my stash that looks just like it. But I did have a Dollar Tree one also. It was just a little bit darker. I'm just going to wind this around, nothing uniform, just kind of wind it around a couple times, and then just tie a simple bow with the twine and glue it on, and that's it. And I am just in love with how this one turned out because, I mean, talk about easy. It was just a really, really easy DIY.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. thin air. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. So let us dance this night away.
When I saw this mesh tool, whatever you want to call it, from Dollar Tree, I was just like, this stuff is gorgeous. So I picked up one roll of the mustard yellow, the red, the orange, and the brown. So this project only uses one roll of each. And I didn't even know where this project was going when I started. I was like, I don't know how far one roll's gonna go. That's all I bought. But I was like, let's see where it goes. So I'm just going to bundle these and put them around until, I run out. And I'm using this wreath form from Michaels. I got like 12 of them in my grab bag last year, so they're coming in handy. But you could just use a regular wreath form, but this one is just really easy for me to use, but it can go on just a regular one. So as I'm adding these, I find that it only goes halfway, and it looks like the back of a turkey. So I go ahead and I go into Cricut Design Space and I find myself a turkey face. And I'm going to layer it here onto one of these bottle cap um, hangers, I guess you would say, from Dollar Tree. And wait till you see how this is coming together. But I just thought this was so fun. I recommend getting like a variety pack of vinyl, so you always have like all the colors. I get mine off Amazon. I get it from HTV Ront. I like their vinyl. I like their vinyl like the best. It weeds really well. So it's definitely one of my favorite brands. And then when they reached out and asked me if I wanted to work with them once, I was like, heck yeah, I already use your product. I love when companies that I use their product already reach out to me, because it's like, heck yes, I already know I love it. So I did notice that his little eyes just kind of disappeared on this. It was a little dark. So I just grabbed my white gel pen and I just kind of drew the eyes in. Again, I'll link that little gel pen. It's the best. Like this, I'm all like excited about all these things I'm going to link. But look at this. That looks like his feathers, doesn't it? And it, like I said, one roll went halfway around. So if you want to do like a full wreath, you'll just need two of each of those rolls. I'm just cutting off all the zip ties here. I way prefer zip ties to like chenille stems, pipe cleaners. They hold way better and they're way easier to put on. So if you can do pipe cleaners, do pipe cleaners. So I go ahead and I wind this, what do you want to say? The little rope thing that's attached there around the wreath form, and then I decide I don't really want it to swing or anything, so I go ahead and I add some more zip ties. So zip ties, zip ties, zip ties. And then while you're watching me do this, I do want to invite you over to Instagram. I'm very active over there, and I share all these DIYs, but I also share a lot of hauls. I share like in-store items, from Target, Dollar Spot, and Dollar General, and places that I find really cool decor and craft supplies. So you can find me over there. It's $__mom. So I hope you'll come over there and join me. If you ever have questions about anything, you can always DM me over there. I am always happy to answer. I read all of my messages. So let's be friends over on Instagram. Okay, so this needs one more thing because that bottom needs something. So I grab this gather sign from, you guessed it, Dollar Tree. It comes in thankful. I think it comes in blessed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to paint it with pumpkin color chalk paint from Waverly. And then I'm going to add it to the bottom here. Now, with this particular wreath form, it made it really easy to put it on here because I just flip it over and use my staple gun and it, you know, adheres really well. So if you can't do that, this is probably where the chenille stems are going to come in handy, because you can just glue them to the word itself and then attach it to the bottom. But that's it for this wreath, and I think it's adorable. It's so cute. Put it on your front door, invite everyone over for Thanksgiving, or give it as a Thanksgiving wreath for whoever is hosting this year. I got this a $5 kit from Target last year on clearance for 50 cents. And I was like, there's 4 wood pumpkins in there. That's going to be cute. So I just flip them over and then I paint them this mocha, this dark chocolate one. I do the copper from Waverly, and then like an ivory from Waverly. And then I use this sign from Dollar Tree. After they're painted, I just glue them in. How easy is that? But for 50 cents for those pumpkins, heck yes. I love adding this Cascade Blue to my fall decor. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to go ahead and paint that. Okay, so here's the fun part. I measured my pumpkin. Okay, and then I went into Design Space and I put the pumpkin there, and that's what you see in the blue. And then I found this lacy pumpkin and I put it over the pumpkin I put into Cricut Design Space. So basically what I'm trying to do is make this as close as possible. Of course, they're not the same exact shape, but they're close. So I went ahead and just cut it out in vinyl and added it to the pumpkin there. Easy project, and look how high end that looks. And I know you all love when I finish the back, so I put some contact paper on the back of that pumpkin. I loved this fall sign from Dollar Tree, the blues and the orange in it, so I knew that I wanted to incorporate it somehow. And so what I'm going to do here is make a wreath. So look at how perfect those orange and blue pumpkins match the sign. I'm loving those pumpkins from Dollar Tree this year. And I'm going to use one of their square wreath forms, and then you'll see that greenery off to the side. That is greenery I picked off of a wreath that I got in my Michael's grab bag and set aside, and now it's time to use it. But first I'm going to go ahead and glue ribbon down to the sign from the back, and then I'm going to glue it over the top of the wreath form. So this is going to secure it to the wreath form. I found that this secured it really well. So that is what I'm going to do on all 4 sides. So now I'm going to start adding the greenery. Now I know greenery doesn't really scream fall, but it kind of had the greenery in the sign. So if you don't want to do greenery, that's fine. Just use some of the fall leaves. That will look good too. So I'm just going to zip tie these on. After I zip tie a couple on, I realize that I'm going to kind of have some empty space and it's going to look funky. So I go ahead and take some of the floral tape and I put it all the way around the sign. Sometimes you don't know something's not going to work until you try it out. So do that step first. Take the floral tape, and you can get that at Dollar Tree, and wind it around the whole bottom of the frame. And here I'm just kind of trying to guess like what's going to look good down here. The orange pumpkin, so I'm kind of adding it in there. Has a little light clip. Okay, so now you see the floral tape. So I put it all the way around. Now if I have any gaps in the greenery, it's not going to look funky. So I just go ahead and I just zip tie all this greenery all the way around this wreath form. And then lastly, I just embellish with those pumpkins. I'm just loving that blue. For the last couple years, I've put that blue in my decor, and I don't know why blue, because that's not a fall color, but for whatever reason, I just think it looks so good as an accent color.
Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. Get away from the.
Okay, you can hardly call this a DIY, but this floral arrangement here from Walmart is gorgeous. $6.48. So you think about that, that's like 4 or 5 stems from Dollar Tree. This is a little Dollar Tree, gosh, almost like a gift box, I guess. So I'm just gonna put some floral foam in there and then put this arrangement in. I'm not even going to change how it is. I'm literally cutting the stems a little shorter and sticking it in that box. That's it. I know it's not much of a DIY, but that arrangement is gorgeous. Like, this is a very inexpensive DIY and it's just so pretty. And it actually can be seen from both sides because that box has that image on both sides. So it'd be great for a centerpiece this Thanksgiving. I lost a little bit of footage here, but that little like half circle-y is from Dollar Tree. It's in that like really girly section, and it, you know, they always have like unicorns or something. So I just painted it with orange Waverly chalk paint, and then using this rub-on also from Dollar Tree. They show it like you could put it on a glass, but I'm just gonna rub it right on here to this pumpkin. I'm going to add a little stem. Thankfully, these little stems from Dollar Tree have lasted me a couple years because I have not seen them back into the store. But make sure you use like wood glue. It's probably going to fall off if you use hot glue. And then this ribbon, also from Dollar Tree, because it's kind of stiff, it's hard to tie into bows, and it also only has the pattern on one side. So I'm just going to glue 2 loops. One's going to be a little bit bigger than the other, and then I will put the smaller loop on top of the bigger loop, and then I will tie it together with a little piece of twine, and then that way that's just a simple bow. And then this long piece here will be my tails. After I get that bow all put together, I'm just going to glue it to the stem of my pumpkin, and another easy peasy fall DIY. Again, yeah, no, I thought I had something else. But that's it. That's it for this project.
Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air getting thinner. Standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see her. Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over.
I hope you enjoyed these projects. I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stick around, because guess what? Now we have Christmas DIYs on the way. Until next time, happy crafting!